It seems like a simple question, but maybe it's more complicated than that. My question, is there any such thing as a perfect hairline? You know, I think if I say perfect hairline, like, okay, yeah, like Norwood 1, that would be perfect because it still looks normal and natural. You know, a masculine trait is that even if you have never seen a hairline, you're going to have a straight across hairline, but it's going to go back a little bit of the temples, and that's kind of that masculine look. Norwood 1, in theory, it's better than David Schwimmer that was on Friends, because he's in his 50s now and he's still got this small boxed in hairline. That's not perfect because it's too perfect. It's not perfect. We want something at least normal and natural looking. Norwood 1, Norwood 1.5, Norwood 2 even. All of those are good masculine hairlines. So, okay, let's say that somewhere between Norwood 1 and 2 is perfect and handsome and masculine and all these things. You have that perfect hairline. Who cares if you've got diffuse thinning, because that throws the whole thing off. If you've got a bald spot back here, or if you're just noticeably thinning on top, who cares about the hairline? And then also, there's no such thing as a perfect hairline because it changes. You have no guarantee on how long you get to keep your hairline. And the fear of losing it, even if you keep this perfect hairline your whole life, that anticipation that you may lose what you have that is in theory perfect, keeps it from being perfect. So in theory, Nick Shell, the leader of the hair loss zombie apocalypse, says the only way to truly have a perfect hairline is to mentally be okay with going bald to begin with. Because then no matter what your hairline is, it's perfect, because perfect doesn't exist. Identity, masculinity isn't based on a hairline. It's based on being friendly, competent, trendy, desirable, attractive, unconventional, pro-social, which is helping others, humorous, confident, emotionally controlled, and hedonistic or self-indulged. There's something about a person who's so willing to talk about themselves and try to help other people that makes them attractive. Even if they seem a little bit focused on themselves, maybe that seems familiar because people are already obsessed with themselves. Everybody's obsessed with themselves to some degree, even though it's more obvious with others. But that makes a connection, even if someone seems, so even that makes a list. But yeah, perfect hairline, not really a real thing. It's so much of a fantasy because if nothing else, there's no guarantee that it's going to last forever. And in theory, here's me being honest, how sad is it that you would base confidence and identity on something that's so fleeting, so arbitrary? Like, that becomes pathetic and sad when you really think about it. That's how I actually feel. And I know that's a hard truth to grasp, but a lot of what I do is speaking hard truth to people who aren't prepared to hear it. And if you're not ready for it, it's okay. Maybe later you will be. Maybe you never will be. But in the end, you're better off being able to get to a point where you realize that you don't want to be a slave to your hairline or your hair at all. That's not what being a man is about. It's about being confident and being free, like the United States of America. That's what Nick Shell has to say, but what do you have to say right here?